Hey parents, are you ready to be the family leader your kids need you to be? As parents, we are naturally concerned with and focused on how our kids behave, conduct themselves, and interact with others as they grow up. But one thing we may overlook at times is how our own parenting style can help or hurt this effort. Let's get practical and dive into the specific behaviors that will help every parent effectively guide and lead their kids. Today we're delving into what we call the 5 C's: consistency, clarity, calmness, consequences, and competency. These principles reflect best practices in parenting, and if you can master them, you will be giving your kids a huge advantage in their own development. Let's take a moment and explore each one in detail. Consistency, the first of the 5 C's, has everything to do with trust. If you want your kids to trust you, be consistent. Simply put, the more consistent you are as a leader, the more consistently your children will follow. It's crucial to maintain consistency in various aspects of parenting, such as a daily routine and structure, establishing clear behavior expectations, showing affection and offering praise, providing clear boundaries and firm, compassionate discipline, applying and allowing for consequences to your kids' actions, both positive and negative, demonstrating your faith by example, consistently modeling the values you want your children to adopt. Consistency not only builds trust within your relationships with your kids, but also fosters closeness and healthy intimacy within the family dynamic. Clarity, the second C, is all about using a direct and clear style of communication with your children. Here are a few examples of where clarity can reduce confusion and avoid unnecessary power struggles. Be clear about the daily structure, including the morning, afternoon, and evening routines. Be clear about your behavior expectations for your children, including guidelines for technology use. Have clear behavior expectations for yourself as their leader. And finally, offer objective, life-guiding values that shape behavior within your home. Take proactive steps by holding a family meeting to discuss these key points. Writing down and posting your expectations, values, and routines makes them visible, tangible, and therefore more real. Another aspect of clarity within parenting relates to your style of communication with your kids. Here are some tips to help you be more clear in your communication. Use behavioral language when guiding your children's behavior. For example, say, "Please clear your dishes to the sink," rather than, "Come on now, help out." When redirecting negative behavior, clearly communicate what you want your children to do rather than focusing on what you don't want them to do. For instance, say, "Please keep your hands to yourself," instead of, "Stop being a pest to your sister." Remember, effective leadership involves providing direction, not indirection. Clearly defining your shared vision and values for your family reduces confusion and allows your children to build confidence in their conduct since they understand expectations you have set for your family. The third principle of the 5 C's is calmness. Essentially, calmness refers to your mood and tone and helps you be responsive versus reactive. As a parent, I know firsthand that staying calm is not always easy. First off, identify your own stress triggers. When your hot button is pushed, step away. A 20-second breather can be the difference between a yelling tirade or a rational, calm response. Next, try breathing exercises to help you physically and emotionally cool down. If you feel compelled, say a prayer and seek grace when you feel like you're about to blow your lid. Lastly, stay focused on your vision as a parent and the greater good for your family. This helps take your ego out and reminds us of what truly matters. Here are a few key takeaways about calmness. When you are calm in the midst of your child's emotional meltdown, you remain grounded as a leader. Remaining composed amidst distressing emotion sets the tone for your children to listen and follow your leadership. If you're reactive, you're modeling the very behavior you want them to stop. Lastly, and this is a big one, it's not your child's job to look after your feelings and keep you from feeling stressed. That is your job as a leader. Remember, calm and focused leaders command the respect of those they lead. Let's explore how consequences, the 4th C, can help you. Let's face it, without consequences, expectations are merely suggestions. That's why it's crucial to understand the two types of consequences, positive and negative. Positive consequences provide a desired or positive outcome designed to reinforce your children's behavior. Some positive consequences are verbal praise, contingency rewards that hold value, and sticker charts that reinforce behaviors that lead up to a desired outcome. On the other hand, negative consequences provide an undesirable outcome designed to redirect negative or ungrounded behavior. Some common negative consequences are loss of privileges, like removing a desired activity, disciplining or grounding, such as applying an undesirable activity. With both types of negative consequences, the focus is on redirecting your child's negative behavior with the intent of teaching them that their behavior needs to change. To be effective with consequences, it is crucial to adopt the concept of linking. Linking connects the positive or negative consequences to your child's behavior while highlighting the life-guiding value involved. An example of linking would be telling your child, "You did a nice job on your math homework, a class that is very hard for you." When using consequences, follow these tips. Be consistent, which increases trust and strengthens your relationship. Apply consequences shortly after your kid's behavior. Use the technique of linking to help your kids see how their behavior relates to the life-guiding values you are teaching. Never withhold affection or love as a consequence. This will strain your relationship with your kids. The more consistent you are with positive and negative consequences, the more consistently your children will follow your expectations. Most kids at some point ask themselves, "Do I have what it takes to make it?" This question taps into a need to develop competency in handling life and the challenges it offers. This brings us to competency, the fifth C. As a leader, it is your job to help your kids identify and explore where their competencies and abilities exist. This involves encouraging your kids to engage life by participating in various extracurricular activities such as team sports, clubs, and volunteering. Trying something new is a vulnerable place for kids. It's okay to nudge them and help them see that in order to grow, being vulnerable is part of the process. Here are some practical ways you can help your kids build competency. Provide praise for effort and willingness to engage in productive and challenging activities. Help your kids see that competencies take time to develop, and this often involves engaging with new and different experiences. Take time to play and talk with your kids to learn more about their interests and abilities. It's hard to grow up and not know what you're good at. As a leader, helping your kids uncover and discover their competencies helps prepare them to take on the real world.